When you hear North Korea, what comes to mind? For many, it's a place shrouded in mystery, a land of shadows and secrets. Some might even call it the world's most sinful country, but not for the reasons you'd expect. It's a place so cut off, so different, it feels like it's breaking all the rules of our modern world. North Korea lives by its own code, a world apart. This isn't about judging, it's about understanding what it feels like to step into a reality so fundamentally different from our own. Traveling here is an expedition into a meticulously controlled human landscape. The challenge isn't physical, it's mental and emotional. You have to strip away your preconceptions and just observe. North Korea stands in stark defiance of a connected world. To visit is to disconnect from your reality and plug into theirs, on their terms. It's the ultimate unknown territory in a world that feels almost completely mapped out. This story isn't about politics. It's about the raw, human experience of being a visitor in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Let's step behind the curtain and see what it really means to survive and connect in a place like this. Getting into North Korea is an adventure in itself. Nothing like booking a flight to Paris or Tokyo. You travel as part of an organized tour, your passport held for you, and from the moment you leave Beijing, the atmosphere shifts. Once you arrive, you're never alone. Your guides are your constant companions, hosts, translators, and minders. The rules are absolute. No wandering off, no photos of military sites, and always show respect to the country's leaders. The itinerary is set in stone, monuments, museums, schools, and performances, all designed to showcase the nation's strength. Everything you see is curated, a national story told through grand architecture and synchronized displays. You're a guest in their house, shown only their proudest possessions. This level of control can feel strange for travelers used to freedom and spontaneity. Your window into North Korea is specific, framed by your hosts. Yet within this rigid structure, there's much to observe. Small, unscripted moments that offer glimpses of the real country. You learn to read between the lines, to find authenticity in a place that is, by nature, a performance. It's a unique challenge to look closer and listen harder than you ever have before. The experience is both impressive and overwhelming. In North Korea, even the ordinary feels extraordinary. Walking through Pyongyang is surreal. Impeccably clean streets, monumental pastel buildings, and a sense of order unlike any other capital. People walk to work, children in uniforms, women on bicycles with groceries. Life moves at a different, almost choreographed pace. No flashy ads or street vendors, just political slogans and patriotic music from unseen speakers. Daily routines are structured and purposeful. Workers head to factories in organized lines, students practice for mass performances. Individualism is rare. The group and nation come first. As a visitor, you're treated to generous meals, cold noodles, kimchi, barbecue, while guides share stories about their favorite foods. The food is plentiful for tourists, but it's a reminder that your experience is a privileged one. Social interactions are formal and respectful. Locals are reserved but polite. School children wave shyly. Adults glance with curiosity. Spontaneous conversations are rare. All interactions are mediated by guides, yet in shared smiles and brief eye contact, you sense a common humanity. Families picnic by the river, friends laugh together, couples stroll hand in hand. These simple moments remind you behind the political facade are ordinary people with hopes and dreams. Life here is both familiar and utterly foreign. In a country focused on the collective, it's the individual moments that resonate most. Visiting a local school, you see talented kids performing with astonishing skill and discipline. A young girl plays piano flawlessly, then flashes a proud, genuine smile, a reminder of her potential. Your guides are your main connection to North Koreans. At first, conversations are scripted, but genuine curiosity can break down walls. You might hear about their families, hobbies, or even debate football players. These small connections are like finding water in a desert. At the War Museum, a stern officer recounts the Korean War with fierce passion, a narrative so different, it's unsettling. You don't have to agree to be moved by her conviction. There's genuine pride in their country, clean cities, free education, healthcare. Outsiders may see limitations, but locals see resilience and self-reliance. Witnessing this patriotism is humbling. It challenges you to respect their perspective, even if you can't fully understand it. North Korea's past isn't just remembered, it's alive in daily life. The Korean War is the nation's foundational story, retold in museums and monuments, shaping identity and justifying present policies. Reverence for late leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il is everywhere. Portraits in every home, statues dominating skylines. As a visitor, you're expected to bow before their images, a gesture essential to understanding their culture. For many, this is more than politics. It's a deeply ingrained, almost familial bond. Yet, you sense subtle change. Pyongyang has modern skyscrapers, a water park, even an equestrian club. People use mobile phones, and there's a growing interest in consumer goods. Small signs, a fashionable outfit, young people at an amusement park, hint at a society slowly evolving on its own terms. The demilitarized zone is the most poignant place to feel the tension between past and future. Soldiers from both sides stare across a concrete line, a symbol of division and hope for reunification. The weight of 70 years of separation is palpable, yet there's a fragile hope for what could one day be regained. North Korea is a nation suspended between memory and possibility. Visiting North Korea is an emotional tightrope: sadness, hope, confusion, and admiration all at once. The sadness comes from seeing a people so isolated, their potential and talent constrained by borders. The division at the DMZ is a wound that lingers for generations. But hope is there too. In children's laughter, in a guide's kindness, in the resilience of people building a future for their kids. It's a quiet, stubborn hope that flickers against a dark backdrop. Awe strikes you before grand monuments and the mass games, hundreds of thousands moving in perfect unison. You may question the ideology but can't deny the dedication and collective will. The experience leaves you with more questions than answers. North Korea defies simple labels, grand spectacle and quiet dignity, strict control and surprising warmth, deep sadness and resilient hope. It challenges your assumptions and forces you to see the world differently. The journey doesn't give you a clear verdict, but it gives you a deeper, more human understanding. That's the real takeaway. Sometimes, the most powerful thing is simply to witness. Why does seeing North Korea matter? In a world full of opinions, a journey there offers something rare: first-hand perspective. It lets you move beyond headlines and see the human faces of the country. You realize no people can be reduced to a caricature. This journey teaches empathy. It's easy to judge a place you've never been, but standing there, listening to their stories, changes you. You start to understand their perspective, even if you don't agree. It's not about ignoring harsh realities, but about seeing people as people first. True survival in our world depends on this ability to connect. North Korea is a lesson in humility. Your way isn't the only way, your values not the only values. You may leave more certain of your own freedoms, but with newfound respect for the resilience of a people who forged their own path. This journey has been one of the most challenging and thought-provoking of my life. If you're curious, join us as we explore the world's most remote corners and share the human stories we find. The greatest adventures challenge not just our bodies, but our souls. Thank you for coming along.